Hi everyone, my name's Cailin. You've probably seen me on this channel before. I am the co-manager and music producer for the 2015 Trans Calendar project. I'm actually just taking a break from working on the music right now to film this video. And I was also, for those of you who aren't aware, a model in last year's calendar and also did music and some co-managing stuff then. So yeah, this is my second year on the project and it's an absolutely amazing time. So I guess a short introduction for people who don't really know me since my last introduction that I made last year. So I'm 21 years old. I'm currently living in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I'm going to school full-time and at the University of Toronto, and I'm studying planetary science as my major. So planetary science is the multidisciplinary study through chemistry and physics and geology and all these things of any bodies, orbiting bodies, anything that is in our solar system or in solar systems beyond ours. So we study comets and planets and moons and asteroids and any of these sort of solid bodies that make up the solar system would fall under the purview of that particular discipline. So I'm in my fourth year of this program, and I've also just finished my second summer research program. So this year I was doing a research project studying volcanoes on Mars, or more specifically some more finicky geological aspects of those, but essentially it boils down to studying volcanoes on Mars. And so yeah, I'm just about to go back to school full-time on Monday, so that's going to be very exciting. And I'm still going to be working on this project while I'm at school full-time. But alongside that, and especially this is true since I came out and since I joined this project, I'm incredibly interested in engaging and connecting with queer and trans communities and doing whatever I can to both create a dialogue between those communities and to forge relationships between them to sort of help better all of our collective well-being. So when I joined this project last year, I wasn't out to anyone at all, or I wasn't out publicly. I'd come out to my family and to a few close friends, but I was working full-time at the university, hadn't told anyone, they only knew me as old name or whatever, and hadn't told the majority of my friends. So when I met Alex Haney and he asked me to be part of this project, it was so intimidating for me. I was like, can I handle this? I hadn't let myself be photographed in like 2 years, and it was very unnerving to me to think that people would be seeing this picture of me, and who knows how many people. It was a very terrifying prospect. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that the reason that I had had so much difficulty when I was going through this process, figuring out who I was and being comfortable with myself, was in large part because I didn't have any role models of people who I saw who I could identify with, who were queer, who were, trans women in science, who were any of these things. I only had seen the stereotypical representations before then. So I realized that being part of this project would give me an opportunity to create a representation that I hadn't seen before, and that I could sort of fill that gap for those that may come after me and may also be longing for that type of inspiration, or just not even inspiration, but I like Laverne Cox's term, the possibility model. I think that's incredibly important, because I don't think people necessarily need to have role models who they want to emulate completely. But I feel like having people in any kind of position that you can identify with on some level, and that shows you that it's okay and possible to do the things and be the person that you want to be, is so important for understanding yourself and for being able to accept yourself and for being able to reach your full potential and grow to be the beautiful person that you are. So anyways, being involved with this project last year was very important in that it gave me my first real life connection to other trans people. Before this, I'd read about trans people or communicate with them online, but it was very different to suddenly have an experience of being able to interact with people, not even necessarily going through the same thing as me, but like having some shared similar experiences that we could relate to, at least on this level, was so important for me and was completely eye-opening because I had never had that before. So in that sense, the calendar project last year was just a gateway for me to become, you know, even more myself, even more confident in who I was, and allow me to get to the place where I am today, where I am, you know, actively involved with the queer community in Toronto, actively involved with my school's various queer groups and clubs and things, and you know, like I was saying before, like being able to create these dialogues and use artistic expression and things like that to have these interesting relationships open up between people. I'm also going back to school, which I may have mentioned on Monday, full-time, full course load. So, and then also working on a number of writing projects and music and more things like that. So there is a lot going on in my life, and I'm excited for all of it. And I think I'm also finally at a place where I'm able to, you know, sort of manage all of these things. I used to be very much introverted and like, you know, have like social anxiety and like not be able to be in groups of people at all or communicate with people at all. And I think now that I'm sort of living my life authentically and stuff, I'm much more of an extrovert. I get a lot of energy and you know, happiness and a lot of my positivity comes from having these engaging interactions and relationships with other people. As far as where I'm at in my transition, so I'm currently now a year and a half on, oh actually yeah, today is my 1.5 years on E, semi-anniversary. So that's kind of interesting actually. I'd almost completely forgotten. I think the thing that's interesting about, you know, about transitioning and about physically transitioning is that I thought when I was starting, I mean, you know, it was on my mind all the time, and like it was such a big deal for me when I first started. And I thought it would be years and years before I'd be comfortable with myself and be able to just sort of move on and like have a normal life and not be constantly, you know, concerned and stressed about transition stuff. But like, yeah, like it's been, you know, months that I haven't even really thought about it that much. It's pretty incredible that I'm already at a place where I'm so comfortable now with who I am that I don't even think about it most days. And that feels amazing that I can just sort of be myself, move on with my life, you know, obviously still understand and accept and recognize my identity and not be ashamed of it at all and totally be willing to talk to people about it, but just that I don't have to be anxious and stressed about it all the time. So exciting and emotional things upcoming. Obviously the launch tomorrow is very exciting. I'm also trying to submit potentially a writing piece for this trans women zine, creative writing zine that is the deadline is actually Saturday, so also going to have to be working my butt off for that. And then just getting back into school and seeing people again, and I don't know, I think I'm excited about everything coming up in my life. I'm excited to just sort of live in this moment and take every opportunity that comes to me. Because, you know, I have the ability to do that now that I'm not hiding who I am, that I'm not acting a role, that I'm, you know, able to just seize these opportunities and live in them in the moment to my fullest extent. So yeah, I'm feeling amazing. I hope you're all doing amazing. I can't wait for the launch tomorrow. The calendar is looking amazing from what I've seen so far, so you will love it so much, and we have so many cool perks and stuff planned, so definitely stay tuned to our YouTube channel, to Facebook, and we will have more for you soon. Thank you. Bye.